Imagine mounting a brilliant, like $3,000 4K display in a sleek, minimalist glass conference room, right? But then you realize your video source is, well, 300 feet away in a basement server rack.
Yeah, that is a classic nightmare scenario for AV installers.
Right. So how do you bridge that gap without destroying the video quality or, drilling massive holes for thick, ugly cables?
Today, we are doing a deep dive into a spec sheet for a piece of hardware that solves exactly this.
The Atlona AT-HDR-EX-100CEA-KIT.
Exactly. We are going to figure out why this specific AV extender costs $1,060 and what massive connectivity headache it actually solves. So, okay, let's unpack this.
Well, we all know standard HDMI taps out after about 50 feet before the signal just degrades. What makes this Atlona kit stand out isn't just that it uses HDBaseT technology to hit a massive 330 feet.
Which is like 100 meters, right?
Yeah, exactly 100 meters. But it is how it preserves pristine 4K UHD video, HDR, Ethernet, and control signals over that massive distance, using just a single standard Cat6A or CMOIN to 7 network cable. Well, I have to stop you there. A standard network cable is incredibly thin, pushing full 4K video at 60 Hz, plus internet and control signals over the length of an entire football field.
I know it sounds crazy.
It sounds like blasting a fire hose through a drinking straw. How does it avoid serious data bottlenecks or just, massive lag? Like, how does it not turn the video into a pixelated mess?
So it avoids that bottleneck through a mechanism called visually lossless compression with no latency, instead of just indiscriminately crushing the file size down, which, well, that is what causes that blocky, pixelated look you see on bad streaming video.
Oh, yeah, I hate that.
Right. So the hardware uses an algorithm that targets human biology instead. Our eyes are incredibly sensitive to changes in brightness, but we are actually pretty terrible at detecting subtle variations in color.
Wait, really?
Yeah. So the Atlona kit instantly identifies and discards the color data that your eye is biologically incapable of seeing anyway.
Ah, I see. So it is like packing a suitcase for a month-long trip. Instead of trying to shove your entire messy closet into the bag and wrinkling everything, the hardware is essentially folding the clothes perfectly.
That is a great way to put it.
And leaving behind the outfits you wouldn't actually wear anyway, so everything fits into a carry-on without getting ruined.
That is exactly it. And because it is only stripping away the imperceptible data, it can maintain what is called 4.4:4 chroma sampling.
Okay, what does that mean in plain English?
Well, in a lot of compressed video, pixels will actually share color data with their neighbors just to save space. With 4.4.4, every single pixel retains its own unique, uncompromised color resolution. And the processing chip does this packing and unpacking so fast that there is zero delay between the source and the display.
Wow. Okay, so we have perfectly packed this digital suitcase and sent our pristine video 330 feet down a single network cable. But if we were mounting a screen in the middle of a brick wall or hanging it from a ceiling, we run into a physical problem.
The power.
Yeah, like where do we plug the receiver box in?
Well, you don't. The spec sheet notes this kit uses PoE, or power over Ethernet. The transmitter in your basement rack actually sends the physical electrical power required to run the receiver unit over that exact same KT6 cable.
Wait, really? But doesn't sending raw electricity down the same tiny copper wires as our pristine 4K data risk, electromagnetic interference?
You would think so, right?
Yeah, I would think the power would completely scramble the video signal.
It is a great question, and it really comes down to how the signal is modulated. The data travels as a differential signal, meaning it is measured by the difference in voltage between two twisted wires.
Okay, tracking so far.
But the electrical power is applied as a common mode voltage across the pairs evenly. So because the data receiver is only looking for the difference between the wires, it just completely ignores the baseline power voltage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they share the same copper, but mathematically they just do not interact.
That is brilliant engineering. It completely changes the architectural requirements of a room. You don't need to hire an electrician to install a new wall plug behind the TV.
Nope.
The receiver just wakes up from the network cable.
Precisely. And what's fascinating here is how it pairs that with a dedicated HDBaseT audio return path. So if you are running a smart TV app directly on the display, the digital audio flows backward down that same network cable to your main AV receiver. It completely centralizes your hardware in complex residential or commercial installations.
Like conference rooms or digital signage.
Exactly.
So what does this all mean? Basically, this kit acts as the invisible, latency-free backbone of modern AV setups. It is the reason you can walk into a boardroom or high-end home theater and see a flawless display without a single power brick or rat's nest of cables in sight.
Yeah, it really is the hidden hardware making all this high-end digital integration possible.
Which leaves you with an interesting thought to chew on. If a single standard network cable can now simultaneously deliver pristine 4K video, internet, control signals, audio, and physical electrical power across an entire football field, well, how much longer until all our home electronics abandon traditional power cords entirely in favor of universal data cables?